What's up guys, this is Quante and welcome back to more Let's Play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. In the last episode we completed Hydro City Zone, and in this episode we're going to be doing Marble Hill Zone. Not to be confused with Marble Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1, because they're actually two completely different things, and for some reason I hate both zones. Like, I'm not too crazy about this zone, and I'm not too crazy about Marble Zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, simply because I just don't really like the atmosphere of them that much. I mean, it's sort of ruins, and I guess you could say I don't like ruins. I don't really know. Just something about both of those two zones, this one and the one in Sonic 1, just really don't appeal to me at all. And I guess just the gimmick in this one is just sort of terrible, like you're on these spinning tops, and this zone just seems really long to me. I mean, to me, it's one of the worst zones in the game, and I guess that's just me. I don't know how many people actually like this zone too much, and I'm not saying it's terrible, I just really don't like it. Because every time I play this zone, it just feels like I'm playing it for so long. Because this zone just seems really freaking long for no apparent reason. And for some reason, like, I don't like staying in one place in Sonic games for a long time. Like, it seems like if you're in an area in a Sonic game for too long, that just sort of makes it boring. Sort of like when you're playing Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and you have 3 acts in one zone and it just feels like you're there for so long, you know? And that sort of has the same feeling with this one, because both acts in this zone just seem really long to me. Or else I could be over-exaggerating a lot. But it just seems like every time I play the game, it just goes by so long, and I don't know. I don't know if anyone else has that same feeling as I do. It's probably just me nitpicking about some of the stupidest things, but I don't know. That's just the way I feel about the zone. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite. You know? I mean, the game can't be perfect, right? I mean, even though this is one of my favorite Sonic games, besides Sonic 2, I didn't really realize how much I love Sonic 2 until I did the LP of it. Because before, I always sweared like Sonic 3 and Knuckles was just my favorite game. But, I don't know, I just find Sonic 2 to be a little bit more fun than this game. Even though they're two really great games, I just like Sonic 2 a little bit better, you know? Even though I just really wish, you know, they need to make another classic Sonic game that's like full-on Hedgehog engine, you know, classic Sonic game. Even though I do enjoy Sonic 4, you know, I just want to see another game like that. Sonic Generations was freaking great. And it just seems like, they incorporated a lot of stuff in Sonic Generations from the 2D Sonic games. Like, they even had the shields, they had the roboticizers, like the things that turns the robots in or the animals in the robots. Stuff like that. Like, all the elements from the classic Sonic games were in Sonic Generations, so it doesn't really seem like it would be that hard for them to make a game that's sort of like this, but with the Hedgehog engine. That'd be really great, Sega. Why don't you get on that? Even though I kind of established this in Sonic 2, but I can't stress it enough, you know, they need to go ahead and make a classic Sonic game again. Even though that would just screw up everything, though, because they put modern Sonic in, like, Sonic 4, and people would get pissed off about that. I don't really know. That's the thing about Sonic fans, though, is that they're always so nitpicky. Like, I guess I could just say play the game and enjoy it, but for some reason, when it comes to Sonic, people can't do that. Like, someone always has to find some really stupid thing to complain about. Like, I remember when Sonic 4 came out, or in Episode 1, people were just so pissed off that they didn't use Classic Sonic. I was like, why? Why does it matter which, like, Sonic that they use for the game? You know, it's still Sonic either way. Why does it matter which one that they use? It's the same guy. You know, one's just slightly fatter and has black eyes instead of green, but whatever. That's Sonic fans in a nutshell. And you can actually do the same thing in Sonic 2. If you have a certain amount of rings, you can jump into the goalpost and go to, like, a special stage. But those special stages don't yield Chaos Emeralds. Like, those special stages, like, give you, like, different shields and chances to get continues and rings and stuff like that, you know. It's just like, basically a mini-game, if anything. But I don't really go in those too much, simply because you really don't need them, and it kind of wastes time, in my opinion. I used to go in them a lot when I was a kid, though, because it's just a chance to grind for lives and rings and stuff like that. Because this game actually does get quite hard towards the end. Like, I still have a lot of trouble with this game to this day. No, I do not want to go in the special stage. I've been kind of skipping out on those a lot. Even though I really wish I was good at Blue Sphere, because then I could get all 16 of the Chaos Emeralds and then turn into Hypersonic and actually beat this game 100% for the first time. Because what Sonic 3 and Knuckles has is when you can get 8 Chaos Emeralds, and there's a thing called the Super Emeralds. And if you get the Super Emeralds, you can turn into Hypersonic, which is just like Supersonic, but it changes colors, and it's a lot more like seizure-inducing than Supersonic is. But, I mean, it unlocks a secret boss fight, and I've always wanted to play that boss fight, but I'm not good at Blue Sphere. I really hate that fact. I really hate it so much. But I think we're coming up at the end of this zone, actually. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. Usually when I get to that part, I always see it as being like the halfway point to getting to the boss. But see, we're already at 6 minutes, and then, you know, we're still going on. We're not even done with the zone yet. So that's sort of where I mark my point, as this zone is a little bit too long. That's just me. This feels like it drags on forever. Oh well, you know, it's not too bad, I guess. I'm kind of running out of things to say. That hardly ever happens. Usually when it's like me doing an LP, I always have like at least something to say. There's like hardly ever dead air. I don't like there to be dead air at all, actually. You know, I try to come up with as many things as I can to say, but for some reason I just can't figure out what to say when playing this game. Because when Sonic 2, basically all I did was praise it, but it deserved that praise. And I mean, I guess I could praise this game too, it's just as good. I think they could have done, like, a lot better. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how I feel about this game now that I think about it. I think it's really fun, but for some reason I just have so much more fun playing Sonic 2. I really don't know. I'm sort of confusing myself right now, and I make no sense whatsoever. Maybe I should get off of this topic and go into something else. I don't know. I did play this game a lot more than Sonic 1, though. Like, for some reason, like, I had the Sonic Mega Collection, and that's how I first played these games. And I played both Sonic 2 and this game a lot more than I played Sonic 1. For some reason, I just did not like Sonic 1. It just seemed too hard for me. Like, when I was a kid, I never really got past Spring Yard Zone, I think. And that's like the 3rd zone. I just could not get into Sonic 1 whatsoever. Not to mention, it just sort of seems like Sonic is a lot slower in that game. Compared to this one and Sonic 2, he just seems slow. And that didn't appeal, like, it didn't appeal to me as a child. Because I thought Sonic was all about going fast. Which is totally the wrong idea, but, you know, that was the reason I liked Sonic. He goes fast. That was always a superpower I wanted to have as a kid, was just running really, really fast for no apparent reason. Running away from giant trucks in the city, and running away from whales. Running away from rails, that's a good thing. Running away from whales on a bridge. Something like that. But this is the boss of Marble Hill Zone, and all the hits that I'm getting on him right now are actually, like, I think they legitimately count as hits. So I think we're already halfway done with the boss, and we haven't even actually gotten into the boss fight just yet. But this is actually one of my favorite boss fights in the game. Just the idea of it, you know, Tails carrying you through this place while you're, like, trying to destroy Eggman. Actually just seemed like a really cool concept. But if you run out of rings, you're basically kind of screwed, because that sort of thing can happen. So try not to lose your rings, like, at the beginning when you're trying to rape Eggman for all of these worth. Because I generally like to do that. I wonder if there's a way to actually defeat Eggman before that whole phase starts up. That'd probably glitch out the game terribly. I have a feeling it would. Oh well, let's just wail on him. I really want to know if there's a way to actually beat him before this all starts. Or if there's, like, you know, you get into this phase and you only have to hit him once and then the boss fight's over or something like that. Oh, well that's exactly what just happened. Okay. So, now you get how easy that boss is. So, in the next episode of Let's Play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, we will be going to Carnival Night Zone, which, again, is not one of my favorite zones. I don't know why. I just don't like Carnival Night Zone, and I guess I could go into my horror stories of this zone in the next episode. But, yeah, I'll see you guys then.